Hello everybody, and welcome to another gamer log, G-log. My name is psyguyorami. I've also gone by Silent85 and SilentFan85 over the last 14 years here on YouTube. I had a bit of a bummer day. Near the end of my day, I tried to get my 60 gig PS3 backwards compatible console going again, but sadly I was not able to. Did a little bit of finagling with the innards of the system, and it didn't take. So here we are. We're on art books right now. We're going to go back to games at some point, but these are two I've wanted to show off for a while. I'm a big Tomb Raider guy, the newer generation mostly, and Horizon. This is the Art of Horizon Zero Dawn and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the official art book. Um, I don't really have an opinion on which game and what series is better. Both Horizons are great to me. When it comes to Tomb Raider, I honestly can't really tell you which one of the trilogy is better. They're all pretty much the same level for me. Now this is brand new. I'm gonna have to unwrap it, so we'll be doing that here on the video. But let's go ahead and jump into it. We're gonna start with Horizon, and then we'll get into Tomb Raider. Although we might do it the other way around because Tomb Raider is smaller and Horizon's better. So these may be kind of quick, but we'll definitely go through and look at details. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and start with Tomb Raider because I need to open this anyway. So let me go ahead and do this. I wish I could kind of make this, I've said that a few times in some of these logs, I wish I could make this kind of ASMR quality a bit, but because of the noise reduction I put on the recording software, I'm not able to do that. But, and also this is a very big book, so I'll try to keep it in the shot. I love art books almost as much as I love strategy guides because in our digital age, books to me are in a lot of ways, and a lot of people would agree with me, are a dying medium, a dying platform. And it sucks, you know. I'm seeing part of my generation that I grew up with that I enjoyed go out. So that's why I want to share these here on the video. This channel is going to be my legacy, one of my legacies, one way or another. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm sharing some experiences. So let's go and dive into this. Now, again, this is a big book. I'm going to do the best I can here, so bear with me. But Shadow of the Tomb Raider is a great game. Very fun, very cool story. Let me make some here. Very cool story. It really, the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, basically, the title goes along with the the story encapsulating itself of Laura's character being reckless with her discoveries and her drive to do what she wants when she wants, thinking that everything has to be explored, discovered. And this is where she kind of has a game of reckoning, so to speak. You can see instances of Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider is pretty cool. It was kind of a Jesus story in a way. I won't spoil anything, but one of the main characters in Shadow of the Tomb Raider was a bearded guy that lived forever, and it's just a cool concept. So anyway, this game is what closes out the trilogy. The series on Netflix, which I'm loving, I believe takes place after. Yeah, because Joan is in there, so it takes place after. I really like it. The weapons are great. I love the way the knives develop. One of these is part of a plane crash. I believe this is it right here. And then you can upgrade it along. Now, here's the thing I was disappointed about. You've got the Arsenal shotgun here. At the end of the very first Tomb Raider, this is Richard and Amelia Croft, her mother, but you don't really see a whole lot of. It's mostly her father. you see a lot of in the series. This is a great model, though. I like that. At the end of the first Tomb Raider, and again, I don't want to spoil anything, but you see Lara with her iconic. I mean, the game came out in 2013, so you see Lara with her iconic dual pistols, man. And you would have expected to. Here's Dominguez. Um, he's part of the problem. He's kind of the antithesis to Lara in some ways. But anyway, you just don't see the double guns anymore in the trilogy, which sucks. But that's all right. I mean, they kind of made up for it. So the baboons here, you can actually shoot these guys out of a tree, and I don't know if there's a trophy for that, but there might be. Now these guys, I don't remember seeing these guys in the game, but I could be wrong. But I will say, one of the most badass fight scenes, or scenes in general, is one where Laura's looking down one of these leopards eye to eye. So, and this is obviously very tribal. Um, it gets nitty and gritty. The costumes are awesome. The game, especially on PC, looks fantastic. It looks good on PlayStation and Xbox, but when you get a really good video card, I have a 3060 currently in my PC, and you ultra it out, it looks amazing. Now here we're getting into artifacts. Um, box, sword. This is one of these is the main artifacts. It's taken, and then you need the box to negate what's happening. The in-fight scenes are really cool. I liked it. Um, I'd say it was actually one of the better fight scenes in the series, if not the best. And this is Croft Manor. You get to play Laura as a kid. This was a really cool. Although after you do it a couple of times, it kind of becomes repetitive, and it's like, damn it, I just want to get past this. But you go through, you do some puzzle solving, and she's a really cute kid. Her voice actor was really good. And I love the interactions with her and her father. Her father was very innocent, but he was hardworking. Um, and then tragedy strikes. And it's funny because the story in Rise of the Tomb Raider kind of incorporates into Shadow because the flashbacks to her childhood um, kind of gives you a brief glimpse into like what happened and why in Rise of the Tomb Raider. So near the end, you got to watch to the very end because Laura interacts with somebody that actually appeared in the Tomb Raider movie, not the one with Angelina Jolie, but with what's her name? I forget, but that is definitely my favorite Tomb Raider movie. I get flack for that because everybody loves Jolie, which I get, but um, it's one of those things to me, and it's not that I'm dismissing anybody's love of a character or an actress, but it's kind of like Batman and Michael Keaton. He was like the first to come along and do the character in a very popular movie or film. So I don't know. It's like magical nostalgia. It's like everybody says, he's the OG, he's the best, and nobody will ever be like him or her. And anyway, I've learned you stick to what you like. Try not to let nostalgia get the best of you, especially if you're a nerd for what you're judging. And let's face it, we do judge, we do judge our favorite actors and actresses and the role they play, which is part of the job. I mean, it's part of the territory, I mean, reviews and whatnot, but it's also art. They're conveying character. They're bringing some of our favorite characters to life, and this is a really cool scene. One of the best action scenes in this, two of them actually, um, is I don't remember this. What is this? Is this from this spread art by Yu Ling? Doesn't say what it's from. That looks like it's from the original Tomb Raider 2013. Um, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, well, it's art. Especially video game characters, the representation of Lara Croft, Angelina did a great job. I think she made it her own. But the nitty gritty of the most recent film is what I really dug and I liked. And I liked how they took the supernatural and really worked it into something that's very grounded and potentially plausible. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. It's great. But yeah, I was also saying two of the action scenes in here that are great is the flood. If you know anything about it, I won't spoil it. The other is Laura coming out of a sea of fire, and it's just really fucking awesome. Speaking of which, it's just no, it's in there. They'll probably show the scene in here somewhere. We're going on about 9 minutes. This is gonna be a long video, y'all, but I hope y'all are enjoying this. There's just a lot to this, kind of gushing over the game and whatnot. The characters in this game were amazing. Jonah is still in it. He finds somebody, which is great, because Jonah needs somebody, a partner, as it were. Okay, here we go. This is what I was talking about, and you can't really see it, and I don't really want to give it away, but this is a badass scene. It's basically a scene where Laura just doesn't give a fuck anymore. It's really awesome. Well, we're getting to the end of this one, um, but I hope y'all have enjoyed this part. I'll try to make the Horizon one a little quicker, but I'm definitely having a good time with this. So I'm dead tired, to be honest. It's been a hell of a week, but um, I always enjoy doing these. I know that there's been more of these logs than actual gameplay on the channel, but I love doing these. It's really relaxing for me and very cool. Uh-oh, camera's freezing. I wonder if it's froze at all. I haven't really noticed so much flipping to the book. Yeah, there it goes again. Is it certain actions that causes it to freeze? Maybe not. Tomb Raider iconic art. So from the first one, from the first one, from the first one, from the second one. Wait, no, first one. Um, I'm trying to name these. Definitely from the second one. Second one. And that's it. So, oh, what is this? Black Shadow Band resource. Oh yeah, I already redeemed that. So cool. That is Shadow of the Tomb Raider art book, brand new, opened here on video. And I hope you enjoyed this first part. We'll go ahead and get to the second part, and I'll try not to rush through it, but at the same time, you know, we'll try to enjoy it. All right. So to wrap up the video, I don't know how long we'll be here, but we'll see. The Art of Horizon Zero Dawn. If you don't know the story of Aloy or Horizon, it is on PC, it is on PlayStation. It may go to Xbox maybe at some point. I don't know. But it, this is a great story. It's post-apocalyptic. It is a beautiful game with a great storyline. Um, it really captured me when I played it. I have goosebumps just thinking about it. But it's just such a fantastic series. Forbidden West is even bigger than the original. Giggity. The suits are amazing. They do have a powered suit you can get later in the game. Big shout out to Paul Davies. The T-Rexes, the Thunderjaws, are insane. By the way, Titan Books, same one that just did the Laura one we just went through. But essentially, it is a story of people that came after us. And they get curious about us and our old ways and how they ended up where they're at. The Nora is one. They're a bit of a village people, if you were. Now here's an native dude. That's a badass shot right there. I've never seen that. Love that. Aloy's great, especially the introduction to this where you're a little girl and she finds her earpiece. or headpiece. It's just amazing. I need to get the Forbidden West art book. But, yeah, so this is Aloy. It's another great shot. I think in the Forbidden West, you know, when it first came out, a lot of people were judging Aloy because of some I think it was an early model they released where like she was bigger in the face and had like facial hair or something. But now we're gonna get to some of the side characters, some of the main characters. That's a great shot. I think I'm skipping a couple of pages here, so I apologize. These are like brand new. I've only opened this once, so some of them are, well, maybe not. Some of them are sticking together. They're definitely heavy pages, high quality paper. I love that feel in a book where you're moving pages for the first time and it's like they're talking to you, saying hi. I did the weirdest thing the other day. I was in the library with Lady Psylocke. We just rejoined the public library. I'm reading this book called Paranormal. Um, and it's about this guy that was at the forefront of paranormal research, like life after death kind of thing, back in the 70s and 80s. But anyway, I picked it up and I sniffed it, like while it was closed. I put it up to my nose and I smelled it because it is weird, very weird, and I acknowledge that at the time. But the smell of a book, the smell of aged pages in book, and when there's no damage to it, it's just a solid book that sat for a while. Obviously, there could be dust buildup, so that's a little gross, but man, it's one of the best smells in the world to me. It just takes me back. I used to love sitting in libraries, especially at computers. It's about the first time I had access to the internet was a computer library. So this stuff, strategy guides and art books are the shit to me, to put it one way. These guys are a pain in the ass. Um, you fight a couple of these? Yeah, I think you fight them. I remember it. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong NPCs. And now we get to locations. So this tends, if I remember right, this takes place in what would be modern day Colorado, I think. Maybe we can find some notes. Culture. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I forget, but they said it is in America. Um, you do have swampy areas. You've got a Forbidden West has a huge ocean that you can check out and swim around in. You even got waves that'll push you back. It's really cool. But anyway, I'll have to look that up. I don't remember exactly where the game takes place. Look at this. It's so awesome. This is one of the things about the game too, the amazing detail in the creatures, especially like when you're fighting like, for example, a Thunderjaw, right? If you pause the game at the right point, you can see the connected parts down to the smallest detail of how their muscular aperture system works, the skeletal bounce back when they hit the ground. It's just amazing. We should see more of those here in a bit. One of the really cool characters in here was he's a drunk. I forget his name. Um, but he was a really cool guy. Also, the prince in this that you help. It's really cool. I also love the stealth in this game. The enemies I particularly love to fight were I believe they're called billowbacks. They've got like big ass canisters on the back and they'll shoot flame. They look like giant beetles, kind of. And that's the thing. Like these creatures, when they're produced, they're made to look like actual animals. You know how they would look biologically. Um, Here we go. Creatures, machines. Awesome. Uh, Made to look like an elk, I think. And then you've got these guys. This is one of the ones I was talking about with the thing on its back. Hopefully they give more detailed information. These guys, they're like one of your first challenges in the game, but they're pretty easy to take down once you've done enough. That's a great shot. I also love that you can tame certain ones. You can't tame the Thunderjaws. It sucks. But these guys are cool. Tall as hell, and you can't stop them. Nothing ever attacks them, I guess because they're so big. But they act as beacons. Oh, what is... Oh, man, that ain't good. Dang, these got stuck together. Ah, that sucks. Oh well, that's alright. Must be like printing glue. But yeah, here's a great shot. I think this was actually originally part of the promotional art when the game came out. So, totally worth it. Um, these guys. What are these? I forget what they're called. These guys are cool though, the giant eagles. And at some point, so that's an awesome shot. Damn. I see, I love this artwork. I just love it. It's such a great game. Aloy is such an awesome character too. I need to do a poll of Aloy versus Lara Croft. That would be interesting. I'd love to see what everybody thinks about that because they're such a similar characters. And actually, now that I think about it, I mean, you get a glimpse into Aloy's childhood to kind of identify how she became who she is. It was the same for Lara Croft in their games. Um, so very cool. This is just showing you some of the rusted out parts. We're almost done here. The cauldrons were cool. But essentially, Aloy and Lara play, for all intents and purposes, the same way. I would even argue they took a lot of inspiration from Tomb Raider when they designed the combat system here. Um, and the way how Aloy is so stealthy. Yeah, again, I could be wrong, but when you play it and you play the new Tomb Raider, it seems to fit pretty well. But that is Horizon Forbidden West. I'm sorry I wasn't able to have a whole lot more lore to talk about, but such an amazing game, such an amazing series. I'm glad I could share this with you. Alright, y'all. Well, that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. We ran over 20 minutes easily, but we took our time through these. We went through them, talked a little bit, talked about the concepts, how their characters are similar. The gameplay is similar. The stories are similar. Two badass females in their own right. And it's just amazing. So I hope you all enjoy this. And I'll have more art guides soon, art books. And I'll try to make the video shorter. But for now, remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. Stay safe, stay sane, and I will see you next time. Peace.